What's going on, Facebook? What's going on, everybody? Happy Wednesday night. Happy Wednesday night. Double dose of Mr. Flynn for you today, guys. I hit you guys up this morning with Beast Mode Accountability. Coming at you tonight. I actually touched on this Periscope a couple nights ago, but wanted to hit it here as well because it is one of my all-time favorite quotes / poems, whatever you want to call it. Technically, it is a poem by Mr. Tupac Shakur. All right, so for those of you that have been following me for a while, man, you know I love Tupac, right? And it's the poetry side of Tupac that really got me pretty deep into his mindset and everything when I was coming up in high school and in my college years, man. It was the poetic side of Tupac that I absolutely loved. So I'm gonna actually dive into that now, guys, and I'm gonna recite to you this poem by memory for you right now. And actually, before I jump into that, it's my mom's birthday today, so Mom, if you're watching, happy birthday. Love you. I know I talked to you earlier and everything else going on, but happy birthday to Mama Flynn. All right, so the rose that grew from concrete, guys. I'm going to recite this to you, and then I'm going to hit you up with a message as to why I love this so dearly. All right, so a rose that grew from concrete. All right. Did you hear about the rose that grew from a crack in concrete? Proving nature's laws wrong, it learned to walk without having any feet. Funny it seems, but by keeping its dreams, it learned to breathe fresh air. Long live the rose that grew from concrete when no one else even cared. And that's my man Tupac Shakur. He wrote that when he was 17 years old. All right, 17 years old, Tupac wrote that poem. If you guys are into Tupac at all, look it up. Go to like Amazon, type in the rose that grew from concrete, and you'll see he's got a whole they got a whole book of poetry from a very young Tupac Shakur, which is pretty powerful stuff. But the point being, guys, right? The point being, and the reason why I love that poem so much is because it touches on so many of the subjects that I go on and on and on about. Number one, it is that, you are, the environment, the circumstances that you are born into, right? It's just that, guys. It's a circumstance, okay? You can't let that dictate your end result, right? One of my favorite sayings, guys, that, if you are born poor, that's a circumstance. If you die poor, that's a choice. And that's not to hate on anybody. That's not to hurt anybody's feelings. But at the end of the day, that's your God's honest truth, right? Don't let your environment define who you become, right? So the rose that grew from concrete, right? Man, a rose ain't supposed to grow from concrete. That's not supposed to happen, right? It's not supposed to happen. But every now and then we see something beautiful. And we see something like that in nature happen all over, where the impossible seems to happen, where it just defies nature, defies all laws of science, right? Here sprouts the rose from concrete, okay? And another thing that it touches on here, guys, right, is at the end, long live the rose that grew from concrete when no one else even cared. Here's the other part about it, guys. If you were born into that crack in the concrete, right, if you were born into a shitty situation, again, not to hurt your feelings, but nobody cares, right? The world doesn't care. The world isn't going to just magically make something happen for you. You are in a shitty situation. I'm sorry, that sucks. But don't expect that something magically is just going to come along and change that for you. You have to have the will. You have to have the courage. You got to be able to dig deep to spark that change and to make yourself bigger than your circumstances, to make yourself bigger than your conditions, to make yourself stronger than your conditions so that you can flourish and become bigger and better than that. And guys, we see examples of this everywhere. The number of extremely successful entrepreneurs, business owners, multimillionaires, multi-billionaires that made it from just god-awful conditions is endless, right? You can't let your environment dictate where you're going, and you can't expect something to change. All those people that came from those shit circumstances that made something amazing of themselves, guys, those are people that dug in, they persevered, they stuck it out day in and day out, where like I talk about, every single footprint, all those painful footsteps that you have to take, doing it every single day, right? Well, that's not good. Somebody on the side of the road. Hopefully they're all right. Where's I going that? So, yeah. where no one else even cared, right? You can't be sitting around waiting and hoping that some miracle is going to happen, or that somebody is just going to care enough to stop and magically fix your situation. It's just not the way that the world works. You know, we do see things like that where, hey man, something amazing happens, and you know, somebody does an amazing good deed for somebody and brings them up and all that. But at the end of the day, you can't sit around waiting for that to happen. You got to get up. You got to step up. You have to take ownership of where you're at. You have to take ownership of where you want to be, where you want to go, and put one foot in front of the other and make it happen, right? And you know, proving nature's laws wrong, it learned to walk without having any feet, right? It's overcoming adversities, guys. I love that damn poem so much, and I'll kick it to you again in case there's anybody popping in here now that didn't catch it early on. Rose That Grew From Concrete. This is a poem that Tupac Shakur wrote when he was 17 years old. One of my absolute favorite poems. It's short enough that I can even call it a quote. One of my favorite quotes, one of my favorite poems, right? Rose that grew from concrete. Did you hear about the rose that grew from a crack in concrete? Proving nature's laws wrong, it learned to walk without having any feet. Funny it seems, but by keeping its dreams, it learned to breathe fresh air. Long live the rose that grew from concrete when no one else even cared. It's a powerful poem, guys. Tupac, 17 years old right now, and I love it, I love it, I love it. And you know, it learned to breathe fresh air, right? Proving nature's laws wrong, it learned to breathe fresh air. You got to do that, right? If you're in that situation right now, where you know your lungs are just filled with toxins, and just everything around you is just negative. You're not going to magically get a breath of fresh air. You have to learn how to breathe that fresh air. You have to learn how to seek that fresh air. You have to learn how to breathe it in, hold it in, and let it spread to the rest of your body. Let it spread to the rest of your life, and let that move you forward, right? Do not let your environment, do not let your current circumstances, do not let where you find yourself today, where you found yourself in the past, dictate where you're going to be. Just don't, guys, don't. You live once. You live once. Too many people are stuck living in the past. Too many people, they just never build the courage to try to grow those feet, right? To prove nature laws wrong, to prove it. And nature, in this case, guys, this can be your family, this can be your friends, this can be your coworkers, this can be your teachers growing up, this can be everybody that looked you in the face and told you that you need to know your place, that you need to understand that this is where you came from, and this is where you need to be, and this is who you're supposed to be. You're not supposed to be a big shot. You're not supposed to make it. You are not that person. Come down to reality and realize this is where you're supposed to be at, right? All those people, all that noise in relation to this poem, guys, that's nature. That is nature. That's proving nature's laws wrong. Prove your critics wrong. Prove your haters wrong. Prove everybody that's trying to hold you back wrong. But you can't do that if you don't take that step. And if you don't take those steps every single day. Grow those feet. Grow the feet that you weren't supposed to grow. Take the steps that you weren't supposed to take. It starts with that first step, of course, but you got to follow it up with consistency. You have to do it every single day. It's not quick. It's not easy. It's never going to be easy. It's not supposed to be easy. But you got to make it happen. You got to dictate that. You have to, right? Guys, I see so many people, and I was one of them for a damn long time, guys, just wasting away. Wasting away for what? For what, right? You got that ember burning inside of you that's telling you you're capable of being more. Listen to it. Listen to it. Listen to it. And I know it might be like beating a dead horse listening to me, because I'm going to hit you with this every damn day, but I'm going to continue to hit you with this every damn day, because I have that responsibility, because I never know who that one person is that maybe randomly catches one of these and goes on to do something, right? That's a responsibility that I feel that I own. So I'm going to show up and continue to deliver this message, because it's powerful, guys, because nothing crushes me more than wasted potential. Nothing crushes me more than people waking up every day miserable because that's what they're told what they are supposed to be, because that's what society tells them to do, because that's what their family, their friends, whoever tells them is this is what they're supposed to be. Guys, don't ever settle, man. Life is way too short to settle for anything. Life is way too short to be complacent, to be mediocre, to be average, to be anything less than what you're capable of doing and what you're capable of being. And you each know deep down inside, every single one of you, myself included, I don't care how damn successful you are, I don't care where you're at, we all know we're capable of doing more. We all have that little voice inside of us that we like to push and suppress that's telling you, kicking you in the face, man, do more. Start listening to that voice. Be the rose that grew from concrete. and stop letting your circumstances, your today, your past dictate where you end up. Facebook, I love you guys. Peace out.